Okay, we are now recording, so go ahead, introduce yourself. Who's Hector here? Who's Hector right here?
Ah, I'm Hector Soto. Local tattoo artist out of Locos in Savannah, Georgia. I do a bunch of cartoons in Neotrad. I am a army brat, so I've moved around a lot. I am recently a dad. Probably the coolest thing I've ever done. Um, that's it, really. I mean, I work, but who doesn't, right? I don't know. I'm a human. Pay bills,
Well, hey, as long as it works, that's all that matters. Um,
something like that.
yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, and like you told me before, you and Brittany are together. So, one, how did your journey into tattooing begin? Was there a specific moment that made you realize that this is what you wanted to do? This was the path you wanted to take forward?
So I actually started scratching at home was how I got into it. Just like I ordered a machine off Amazon and I tattooed on myself. You know what I mean? Everybody fucking hates the scratchers, but I don't know. I think they get a better at it. I think that's if you really want to do it, you're gonna do it. I started scratching. I was tattooing on myself. I was doing it the right way, right? Some people scratch and they just don't fucking do anything the right way and we suck. But I tattooed myself a couple times. My friends started seeing my tattoos on myself. They started asking me. The first time a stranger asked me to tattoo them, that was when I was I started taking it more seriously. I thought I could like really do something with it. Like I could, I don't know, like I could get better at it. I should take it more seriously, right? Just because at that point it was me tattooing myself as whatever. Friends asking me to tattoo them. I just thought, hey, they're being super supportive friends, right? But when strangers asked me, I was like, okay, for sure, for sure.
Okay. So, and scratch. So you say you start scratching. Were you like scratching paper, or were you?
No, scratchers is like a I mean, people use it derogatorily. I think it's funny. It's what they use to call people in the tattoo industry that like learn do it at themselves at home, right? Like people who order machines offline and tattoo on
Right.
themselves and on their friends and stuff. They just call them scratchers. It's just a little
Oh.
derogatory nickname.
Okay. All right. So that makes sense. I thought it was like starting
Yeah.
out with like, but I know you. But it's nice. It's, it's nice that you brought that. It's okay. I want to know everything about how you started. But I think you got to start somewhere when you're gonna do like tattoos or something. Like some type of like any type of artwork. Anything you do. If it's like maybe drawing stick figures or just going out and just painting, just something.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess then I started fucking forever ago, right? I mean, when I started drawing as a kid, I guess I don't know, but um, when a stranger asked me is when I started looking for an apprenticeship, right? And that's when I did take it seriously. And I guess that was when I began with the apprenticeship. I still think the initial beginning is the scratching, right? Like I don't. People will be like, "Oh, you took an apprenticeship, so you're not a scratcher." But at heart, right? I don't know. Um,
That's cool. Next, what would you say defines your tattoo style today? Has it evolved over time?
no, for sure. I mean, just because I've gone to do more things, right? Starting out, uh, lots of like script and flat black work, nothing too artistically challenging. Just keep it basic, right? As far as like starting out after the apprenticeship. Here recently, I've kind of been pushing myself towards slightly more realistic, but I do get really apprehensive when we lose the hard lines. I will say what I really like and like what I'm super comfortable with right now is anything cartoony and neo tread. I've always drawn cartoons. That was like my biggest thing growing up. I would sell comic books in school, in elementary school. When I was growing up, I would draw them by hand and fucking go to school next day and sell them myself. So, like that cartoony style is definitely my vibe. I want to do realism because it looks really fucking good. I can't draw anything realistic without giving myself the ick. So we stay away from that.
Okay. Yeah, because I was reading some of your bio before I got on here. So you were into cartoons. Have you ever thought of doing because I know you don't like to write. I don't know if you like to write books, but did you ever thought of maybe starting a cartoon series like I don't know, like on a book or anything?
I mean, like I said, I sold comic books in school, like original comic books when I was like really younger, but I definitely lost interest. I don't want to say I lost interest, but I was kind of dissuaded by the world, right? You're kind of told that art itself isn't really like a job and drawing, and it's tough to get into, and there's no real money in it, and you got to pay bills, rada rada, right? So I think that kind of led me away from it for a while, and I stopped drawing and stuff, and
Okay.
that's just
So you just realize well, okay. Well, I will say that sometimes we find ourselves we do some type of artwork or any other kind of cool stuff, and we just realize that this isn't for me right now. I got other things to do. Like it'll come like if it comes back to me, then sure. But sometimes we find ourselves elsewhere.
I think just responsibilities in life, right? So you can't really. I mean, I think everyone would love to sit and create and right, but it is a privilege. That's why I have two jobs, right? So I can be able to do that because if it were not for the second job, I wouldn't be tattooing.
Yeah. I understand. And, as I said before, some kind of career, you got to make sure you have some kind of life sustaining career that can help you keep funding the cool stuff that you want to do. I don't know if you heard of some of my previous videos I talked to, but I did talk about those some kind of things. Like, make sure you have like a main, like, what is your main career? Basically, I know, I said a few times myself, I'm back in school trying to finish up. By the way, this is my last semester, about to be done with my cybersecurity program.
Nice,
So,
congrats.
so after I'm done with that, I'll pretty much have something, pretty much I'm going to be like in my bachelor's of art. So basically, I'll be doing like cybersecurity and digital media stuff. But that's a good combination. At least you'll be able to like sustain like all like the cool projects I got planned out. So yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it should help. Are you not? How does that tie in? I guess cybersecurity to the podcast. What's the goal there? What's
Well, so my main goal is this podcast is basically like a side project, side gig. I'm trying to build it up into something big, but it's a starting point. But the cybersecurity thing, I would just want to make sure I have like a main career that I can have backing me up as I keep doing all these cool, amazing things. Like because I know some
my,
people. Huh? Go ahead.
no, 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 please, please, please.
Yeah, because I know like some people like artists or cosplayers, they sometimes feel like, okay, well maybe I need some kind of revenue coming in so I can keep funding all the costumes that I'm trying to put together.
Yeah.
If you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's all of that is creation, right? So I mean, it's all art. It's creating the costumes and stuff. People would love to sit around and be right, and then just, but unfortunately, right, capitalism. So right.
Yes, definitely. So, uh, what's your favorite type of piece to work on? Is it anime, illustrative, or original concepts?
I mean, I love original concepts for sure. I think an original concept can still be in like an animated style, but you meant more like a license, like a character. Um, like a mix because I like well-known figures. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. I like doing characters that are known that I like that I've seen that people that mean a lot to people, right? But I like doing them in, I guess, original poses or different frames or just ways that haven't not necessarily been shown too much. That being said, nothing new under the sun, but
Okay, so like overall, you like everything, but it just depends on what like the day is, and which one you're feeling that you want to do first. Like I want to do mostly an anime style, like tattoo or something,
anything
or
cool and custom that I haven't seen before. Anime for sure because you don't get it too often,
Yeah.
but I don't want like I just want like a basic character pose or something would be boring to me. And not boring, I mean it's still fun to do, I guess, but you want cooler pieces. Like I don't know, like things that you don't see every day that took creative elements that took some brain juice. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely want. Listen, you don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's be a little
Yeah,
bit too
yeah.
much repetitive.
No more names.
Yeah,
No more.
yeah. Just you want to give people you want to give your audience like something they've never seen before, and they feel like we could experience this firsthand if we do it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, that's what with the customer. I guess the biggest audience being the person getting the tattoo, but something unique to them that they can input and create. And I think showing that, like you said, shows other people, hey, I can also do something unique and create in there. And yeah, for sure.
Exactly. We want to make sure that everything we do can inspire someone to take up something fantastic. Like this is something that I really like doing after watching this person do this. So I just kind of feel, hey, let's try to do something. Create my extraordinary like pieces.
No, yeah. I mean, that's all that life is, right? I mean, it's just learning, I guess, from others and right using that to create your own.
Right. So next one, how do you prepare for a long session? Do you have any pre-ink rituals or anything?
Uh, for sure. Always the setup. I always get in the right headspace during the setup, right? So I guess that's because it's always the same steps as far as spraying everything down, wiping it down, setting out the same things. Like during those like 5 or 10 minutes where I'm laying out all my equipment, wrapping everything up, it's just like mental prep. Like it's headphones in, music on, just that's when I kind of like get into the zone. I don't know. It's very mood shifting. Like I could be very like loose and sporadic, and then I start setting up for my equipment, and it's just like my body already knows like I'm locking in. Like it's pretty cool.
Okay, because I know most tattoo artists, and I did talk to this about Brittany the other day, saying like, tattooing can be, physically and emotionally demanding. So it can, sometimes you have to like meditate. Meditation works. Maybe just
Yeah,
go out and enjoy nature for a bit before you start going to work. Something that gets you like,
yeah, for sure.
set. You know, and that's just the gist of it. Because there's more to the story. Because don't forget, tattoo artists are also human beings, so they can't function all the way if they don't take the necessary steps to make sure hey, I'm ready to do this. I've been taken care of. Let's go ahead and knock this thing out.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's all like I said, it's just getting in the right headspace, right? So after you've done, I don't know, that repetition. It's those steps. It's just kind of calming. I don't know. That's the only ritual I feel.
Right, I got you. What's one tattoo myth or misconception you wish more people understood?
Mm, okay. Not every tattoo has to mean something. You know what I mean? I feel like that is the last few rules left of tattooing. It has to be done good and it has to mean something. Hopefully it's still done well, unless you're like searching for ignorant style, right? I guess. Um, but they don't all have to mean something. Like it could just be a silly fucking tattoo and it doesn't fucking matter. Like who cares? It
I
could just
feel
look cute. It could just be funny. Like it could just be fucking sick and twisted. Like it doesn't matter.
yeah.
YOLO swag 420, right? I think is the what the cool kids are saying now.
Overall, you just want to make sure that it looks good. I mean, not everything has to mean something, and I do agree with you when
Well,
you said that
look is
part.
subjective. Look is subjective, right? I mean, looks good. Good is subjective. I mean, not look, but good is subjective. You've got people touring with tattoos that have shaky lines. They're not in all the way. It's not bold. It's not. But that's what the people want. That's what their clients are paying for. So it's like it's a style. That's what I'm saying. It's subjective. I don't know. Nothing really means anything. You know.
Yeah, that's true. And I think but yeah, I agree. Most people just don't understand like when something they get something does it have to mean something important? No, it could just be like for casual stuff. Like some some of the stuff that other like people be doing. They just feel like, hey, I got these new shoes. Like, what does it mean? Or I got a new painting. If I'm mentioning it in your description, kind of short. If
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll make sure.
I think even not having a meaning is a meaning, right? There's something about doing something permanent on a whim that, like, I mean, has meaning in itself, right? But I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. So we're going to the next section now. Oh, so strap up. So this one, anime and creative inspiration. Your art often draws from anime culture, and it does. Which series have influenced you the most?
Anime series that have influenced me the most. I want to say just because I caught them at an early age and like I wasn't hip to like the subconscious messaging that they were sending. So I don't know, as far as like hero dynamics and like power friendship and
Oh
like
yeah,
just the whole I don't know, Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, right? Because I caught those at like a developing age, so they were like big on like you just gotta believe in yourself and trust and love your friends, and for sure those are big. I watched a lot of My Hero, but I caught that like when I was older and slightly more jaded, so it's like
yeah. Those two, especially Naruto and Dragon Ball, those are like the first like two original. Like those are like classics. And of course, Dragon Ball's still going because it's that popular. I don't think they can live
mm,
without the series, but you know, everybody like whatever like tattoos like because I know there's a lot of okay, let me say this for example. How can I think about this? There are some NFL players who are into this kind of stuff. They watched Naruto back when they were kids, and this, and they still watch that same stuff today to get them hyped up for football games.
I mean, anime is huge. Yeah, for sure. It's pervasive. It's all over the. I don't know if I use that word right. It's all over the world. Like it's a huge thing. Anime. Even if not anime, I guess like American animation. I don't know, American cartoonism, whatever you want to say. People love cartoons, animating, drawing. Like it's been. It is human nature. I mean, think of it like the caves, the drawings, right? People fucking would watch that, right? But
Yeah, and mostly it's like some American cartoons like the Boondocks or Avatar: The Last Airbender. I like Boondocks now.
yeah,
It's really good.
yeah. No, Boondocks is huge. Yeah, would that be considered anime? It is like I don't know. It depends on your word of anime, right? I would put Avatar and Boondocks as anime because it is like kind of stylized more like it. It's not like when I think of American cartoons, I think of like Simpsons, Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane type drawing, like chunkier
Oh
drawing
yeah, well,
styles. If that makes sense.
oh definitely Family Guy. That show is still going. It is still going
Yeah, yeah,
strong.
yeah, yeah. Cleveland Show, huge one.
Yeah, you also got American Dad and Bob's Burgers.
Oh, I love Bob's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. American Dad's good too. A lot of them are kind of like, I feel like when you've put out so much, it's a lot of hit and miss, right? I mean, we're talking about series that are like fucking how many seasons, right? So a lot of the gags, it's kind of like some of the bits are like you kind of can tell the writers put it in there as filler, right? But we're talking about like a hugely produced show that was like consumed on like live cable and they had like deadlines pushing out and shit. I don't know. I get it, I guess, but.
Yeah, and then I don't know if well, okay, well maybe Teen Titans, the 2003, but yeah, definitely Teen
I
Titans.
forget about Teen Titans, bro. Yeah, it's Teen Titans. Oh my God. The older ones, I've seen clips of the newer ones that I kind of fuck with because they're funny and it's like real
Yeah.
just weird anti-capitalist stuff in a kid's show. But the old one definitely, the Beast Boy was my favorite. The arc where Robin fought, was it not Slade? There was another one. He had the half copper mask. Was it Slade? I can't remember. I don't know. Teen Titans was definitely the shit. I might have to rewatch or get to watching the new ones because I've seen a couple clips that make me laugh.
That's true. And Cyborg's my favorite, of course. But there. I
What?
barely watched Teen Titans Go in a long time because it's been so. Some of the episodes can be a little cringy.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking back now, right? So that's the thing, right? Because you looking back now, you're like more hip and you can like pick apart the little like moral lessons that they're trying to like instill and like the subtle like behind the scenes messaging. But when you were a kid, you were like just super hype and it was just like like it was like really happening. There was like real like you were emotionally involved, right? Like it was the whole thing. Um, I guess hindsight, right? Cringy because you're looking back, you're older now, but
That's what I'm saying.
don't watch it like an adult, right? You're supposed to watch it like a kid, I guess. I don't know. As dumb as that sounds.
I guess. I guess.
Some of them,
I
right?
guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up and just go check it out again. I haven't watched it since season 3, but maybe I need to go take another look. Sorry, I just listen. I'm a realist, okay? Just
I think tastes change, and you're allowed to, you know, what I mean, change your opinion and perspective on a show.
yeah, it takes a lot of that. Now but like I said, I'm a realist. I'll try to, like if I feel like going back to it, then sure, when that time comes, I will. But trust me when I say this, I like the older shows when I was growing up. New stuff is, it's kind of getting where it needs to be, but it's gonna take some time getting used to.
Yeah, I think it's all nostalgia, right? So we only remember the really good old shows, which is why we're like the old ones were good. But there was a bunch of bullshit filler anime, and you know what I mean back then that like nobody gave a
Yes.
shit about, like. Um, And so I feel like I don't know. There's some really big hitters now, right? Like Attack on Titan's huge. That's like a newer one.
Yeah, that's a
It's
newer one.
hard to compare against classics, right? Because then you're devaluing someone's like long held belief, and it just depends on when you got it at what age. But I don't know. I think it's all it's still the same range. If anything, I think it's getting better over time. You draw from inspiration from things that worked, right, and it develops.
Yeah.
That being said, there's a lot more anime now, and a lot of people consume a lot of content just because it's anime. So we're getting a lot of weird shows that like just I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't knock without watching, but there was that one the anime with just about a volleyball team.
Yeah.
I didn't. That one's a big one. I saw it a good bit around. I never watched it because I'm judgmental and should have, you know, I didn't check it out. But it just seems like I don't know. There's also fucking landscaping and water pressure washing video games, right? So who am I?
Hey, like I'd be telling people, whatever floats your boat, my friend.
Right. Yeah. No. There's a lot of different boats and a lot of different ways to float, for sure. For sure.
Next one. What anime character do you think would make a sick tattoo, but not enough people request it?
Anime that makes a sick tattoo, but not a lot of people request it. I don't know enough obscure anime to. I guess I really like the Pokemon that they do with the Japanese traditional bodysuits. Those are really cool. I haven't gotten to do one yet. I really want someone to ask me. I've seen Snorlax and Blastoise specifically as my two faves that pull up, and it's basically just the Pokemon, but with like a full like Japanese bodysuit as a tattoo in the tattoo, and it's really fucking cool. And I've seen it a good bit online, so it's not like people don't ask it. People just haven't asked me. So please, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never heard of that before. When I came up with that question, I was like, maybe he might know. Maybe he might know. But I didn't think. But yeah, I never saw the Pokemon with the bodysuits before. I might have to go check that out afterwards.
No, it's super cool. I'll send you some images on Instagram.
All right. Well, shoot. Hey, I'm learning something new here. So that's a. Um. Have you ever had a moment where anime and real life emotions collided in a piece, in a tattoo piece?
Where anime and real life emotions clashed.
Yeah, collided in a piece.
No, I don't know what an anime emotion is,
Well,
but
sometimes like some of those like like those like sad scenes in anime shows, and I've seen a lot of them. They do have some very emotional scenes in there. I don't know if you had anything like that.
okay. I haven't done any outside of I've done a lot of like power up shots for my anime, right? Like
Okay.
anger shots, like Saito or the One Punch Man, right? Like getting super hype and like Vegeta super hype. But like I don't know, it's a hard emotion to feel. Like I'm not gonna sit there and like rage at a tattoo, right?
Oh,
Um, I haven't done too many sad scenes. I really want to do the Sasuke scene with his brother, and I don't know, that one would be pretty cool, but I have
okay.
not done it yet, so no
Well,
anime emotions.
okay. Well, I'm saying I'm not saying you have to do it now, but have you ever considered doing it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, no, I'd love to do it. It's just finding a person that wants it on their skin, right?
Oh yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that's actually a good question I never asked to a tattoo artist. Because I know like some of the tattoo artists I met at Anime Inc. I never asked was there any specific, anime or emotions like in a scene. Like okay, take for example, My Hero Academia season 7. Ochaka Uraka is down on the ground. Himiko Toga's trying to save her life after she
Mm.
stabbed her and she started bleeding out. So she, Uraka was telling her if you do this you'll die, so she got emotional. So something like that. Maybe I don't know. If someone wants it, then the time will come.
I do have a flash that I get to do next week on one of my favorite clients, and it is the Spike Spiegel end of the series where he pulls the fake gun and he says bang. So I'm super excited for that.
Okay.
That one was a big one. Love Cowboy Bebop, so that one was influential for sure, for sure.
Oh man, I'll keep an eye out for that. I'll keep an eye on your page for that part.
Oh no, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Keep it up. All right, now to the most. Now we're in the next session, partnership and personal life. So we're about to get deep into this. Okay, ready?
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So and so as I said before, oh you're married to Brittany Tattoo Tinkerbell. What's it like being married to another tattoo artist? Do you two collaborate on designs or influence each other's style?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she is my other half, right? She influences everything in my life. So definitely my art, I would say, is the least of what she influences. Um, with our specific situation, she's been in more years than I have. So she's been especially helpful with advice and just kind of me growing as an individual artist. I've always looked up to her artistically. It's always she's really good at what she does. Super proud of her. So it's cool being married to someone that you can learn from. Um, it's kind of hard. Sometimes I will say I have to fight the whole comparison thing.
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief of joy. You know what I mean? Um, but it is really nice. I think it's nice to have and to grow with her and nothing but like positive from there, right?
Yeah. So just kind of like your wife / mentor, but in some kind of way, if you don't mind me using that phrase.
No, 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 for sure. I mean, so we've worked together a lot. I think this is the first shop where we haven't worked together, with her being at Sweet Peach and me being at Coco Locos. So it's before, you know what I mean, I get nervous about a piece or anything, she was always right there. And so that was always super nice.
Yeah.
Even now she is right there, even though she's not right there, right? But
Yeah. Yeah, you got to make sure. I know sometimes. Because I know starting out you were just by yourself trying to figure out through things like doing art and everything. But it's nice that you have someone with you who shares the same interests as you, does tattooing, and wants to make sure that y'all both are being the best versions of yourselves that you can be.
oh, for sure. So I mean, it's very conducive, right? Like we're both growing off of each other. I've shown her little tips and tricks that just from me looking at it at a different untrained eye, like, you know what I mean, just getting like a fresh set of eyes on a new problem or like on the same old problem. I don't know. It is really cool. It's nice. We get to talk about it. I can tell her stories. We understand each other's pains, right? So no, it's super cool.
Yeah, of course. Do you remember the first time you and Britt ever tattoo at the same convention or studio together?
Well, I mean, where I apprenticed at, she was working at, so we worked together. I mean, my whole like starting out up until about a year ago, and then convention. Uh, I want to say Jacksonville. Yeah, because she was at the Savannah convention with me, but she hadn't turned in her paperwork in time because she had just switched over to Sweet Peach. So I think the first one we did was Jacksonville. I want to say Jacksonville with Bill and Arts. So that was fun.
Okay. Hey, was that okay? That was cool. I never been to the National one. Unfortunately, I can't go this time. See what it's like.
Mm,
But
Are you going to be in Savannah? They're coming back September 21st, I want to say, around there.
come on, this upcoming month.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
September,
Sure,
yeah.
I'm
Bill and
not
Arts will be
doing.
back in Savannah.
Sure, I'm not doing anything. I guess I can come check it out.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, so because I want to see like the whole like because I know you sponsor. I think you've worked with a few brands before. The studios. I'm not sure. I don't think I took a good look at it.
With Bill and Art. So we've done Bill and Arts shows, and then we've done Anime Inc. Where you saw us.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. We're also doing a Tattoo Fest show this month, at the end of this month. But Bill and Arts has been like our main one, just because that was our sort of introduction. That being said, we've only done, I think, 5 shows, so it's not like we're super big into it yet. You know, what I mean, we're just getting our grounds for it, learning how to set up our booth and
Well,
how to
listen.
attract people, I guess.
Well, listen. You gotta walk before you can run.
No, for sure.
So, but yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'll put that in my list after this conversation. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's super cool. Villain Arts is more of like a heavier rock, like alternative, like goth scene, I guess. I don't know. I hate labels, but it is more like it's like Anime Inc. was a different vibe for sure, for sure. I enjoy both vibes, but different vibes, right? So you're gonna have a lot more black and leather at Villain Arts, right?
oh yeah, definitely. I think this might be interesting. Okay, thanks to you. Now I
Not
want to
that
go check
Anime
it
Inc.
out.
Not that Anime Inc. didn't have leather, but
Well, they'll be back next year in May, so tune in for that.
oh, I'm excited. No, yeah, we're definitely gonna be there. They've expanded it actually, and they're doing a whole day beforehand where artists can take like seminars. So that's super cool. We're gonna check that out.
Sweet. Next one. How do you balance your creative energy with family life and parenting?
Balancing is the I don't. I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for everybody helping me. Honestly, it's a lot, right? So with the job and the baby and just trying to be social and still be like a present husband and father, it is a lot. So if it were not for my family helping all the time, I don't think, shouts out, obviously Brittany, my wife, my mom, my dad, my siblings, always helping whether I need help, be it like anything in a pinch, like an emergency situation, something simple as like a ride somewhere, or just help babysitting the baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Without them, I definitely, I don't know.
that's the key in like any like kind of like family life. You want to make sure that you have a strong support system. I got a
It's
strong support.
community. Yeah, no, for sure. It takes a village, and they're trying to put paywalls between us and the village, but don't let them. You know, I mean, we need to stay connected. We need to go out and talk to people.
Yeah, and it's good that we, because me myself, I have a support system. Like I have a huge family. Sometimes I'll give them a few phone calls, send them a message. Hey, I want to talk to you when I feel like. I only call them at rare times because everybody's busy, they're working, they got their own lives. But
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah,
just need to
yeah.
talk to someone, then sure, they'll be able to help out with that.
Which is a blessing that not a lot of people have. Yeah, I mean, and super grateful. I think to be able to have that support system
Sure.
and on the shoulders of giants, right?
Yeah, definitely on the shoulders of giants. Um, you both seem to bring joy and humor to your platforms. How important is humor in your daily life and work?
Oh, that's all there is, man. I mean, fuck, logic's been long gone, right? You need humor. You need humor. It's I can't tell you who the quote was, who said it, but humor is the springs on the wagon, right? It kind of keeps it from falling apart. Humor is essential, dude. I love comedy. It's such a great coping mechanism, basically, is what it is. But I think you need them. If you look around, you look at our elected officials and our how everything's going. You need a coping mechanisms. I think humor is one of the best ones there is. I think it also helps relate to other people. I think sometimes people don't know how to say things, and a joke kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes you just and yes, you gotta think before you say these things. And now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I make mistakes myself. I'm not perfect, but at least I learn. What can I do to make myself better next time? Humor is good. You gotta have humor in your lives. Just make sure you be careful how you're using humor. You don't want to say the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, no, for sure. There's a fine line, right? But it's important. It's super important, and I think part of humor is pushing that line and that envelope. Dependent, right? Obviously, there's some people who are just really fucking terrible people and like use humor as like a shield to like hide like their shitty ideologies. But um, humor, when done right, should push like good boundaries, not like shitty boundaries. Right? Like I don't know. It's good that it's pushing boundaries. I think some people use it as a tool to say they're pushing back, like I'm just being edgy, but it's like you're just a piece of shit. Um,
Yeah, and,
it's a fine line though.
yeah, I've seen that type of stuff before. Maybe online, maybe sometimes up close, but I just don't be noticing because I just ignore the noise because that's all it is just noise. But it also helps us, just stay alert in your surroundings as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Most of it's online. I don't think I've ever right or say at sites or something like that, like a job site or something. But I think the best way to deal with that is to just make sure they know that they're not funny.
Yeah. So, last part. We're at the end here. Life in perspective. So since you and I live in Savannah, well, I don't live in Savannah. I'm in Pooler, but Pooler and Savannah are connecting. What do you love most about being part of the Savannah tattoo community?
Honestly, I want to say it's like a love hate thing. I love how rich the tattoo culture is in Savannah. I love how many people tattoo. I love how many fucking weird people there are in Savannah. Um, it sucks because it means, you know, what I mean, we're fighting for clients or whatever if you have that mentality. But it's really cool because you're around a bunch of people that do a bunch of cool stuff and you can see a bunch of cool stuff. You can learn a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah. And you never know. A lot of people travel to the city a lot of times. Maybe there was probably something interesting that you didn't know about them when they have their clients in. Just want to make sure you have those times of conversation. Like, hey, what you do? Where you from? Like, how come you're into all this weird stuff? Maybe you could teach me a thing or two.
No, without a doubt. Yeah, there's like a million connections a day we don't make. You know what I mean? So you gotta try and just soak it all in.
Definitely. It's just it's trying to like, have all this information. And I just want to digest this so I can like make sure listen, everything I do, I keep everything in my notes. Like if I miss something or it's like I ask questions, I want to make sure I have this in my notes so I can go back and look
Yeah.
at it later.
No, for sure, for sure. Notes are super important. I never used to growing up like write notes as a young adult. I never did. It definitely took me to like 24, 25 to start really just writing notes and to-do lists and things like that to kind of keep me on track, keep me grounded.
Okay.
I think it was Edison, I think he said to write every day, right? If you do anything every day, it's right. Reading, obviously, as well, but I guess you can't write without reading.
True. What's been one of the most rewarding moments of your tattooing career so far?
Of tattooing specifically,
Yeah.
it's very easy to say my wife and son, right? Because they came branched from tattooing. And of course, I think that is the most rewarding moment. But tattooing specifically, doing the first time I did a freehand stencil, like I sharpied the stencil onto the skin, and I did a crown of thorns wrap on my stepdad around his arm. And it was just the first time I had ever like doodled on someone and tattooed it straight after, right? Like I had always used the stencil and drawn on my iPad and printed out. And that was just really rewarding. I don't know. It was always like a mental block that I had. There was always like a stop for me as far as like actually doodling and following through. But it turned out really good. He loved it. I loved it. One of the vines was thicker on the inside of his bicep. But
Oh.
yeah, but he just made a joke and he was like, I don't walk around like that. It's okay. He's like, no one's even going to see it. It's just so that when they intersect, one of the gaps was like bigger and like you really can't. I mean, you don't notice it unless you sat there for fucking 2 hours staring at it, right? Which is what I did. But um, no, it came out really well. He loved it. I loved it. It was really rewarding because I got to kind of remove that mental stop that I had placed on myself, right?
Okay. Well, well, at least you have fun with your old man. I mean, I know it's nice
Yeah.
that you and I like how you said that you Google a character because I don't think that's what most of these artists be doing. Well, not most. Well, some of them. Okay, let's just take most out. Some of them, they don't take the time out of the day to go research this stuff before they do it, and then the final result is it just comes out not expected as you want it to be. But it's
Oh, so most times if someone requests a piece for an anime that I haven't seen before, I'll straight up just watch the show.
that works too. Watching research, but yeah, either way works, but mostly watching will work much more than just having to research the stuff because you want to know, make sure, hey,
Yeah,
okay, so this is what he does in this show. All kinds of spectacular things.
no, for sure. Well, you're gonna need references. I mean, at the very least. And if you don't know the character, they all mean nothing, right? So it's like you can't really like put
Yeah.
a vibe to it if you don't really know what the person is. So
So, have you ever had a piece that emotionally hit you as you were tattooing it?
a couple. Most notably, I did a piece for I mean, because tattoos are really important. People get a lot of memorial pieces, so you're gonna get a lot of fucking tearjerkers. There's a lot of fucking sob stories and trauma that comes out during the process because I don't fucking know, chemicals rushing in the brain or something. You're being stabbed a million times. This lady had come in and she had just left from unplugging her husband, and she had
Oh,
recorded like the last couple heartbeats, and so I got to tattoo his last couple heartbeats on her, and that was I don't know, that was rough because that was shit we talked about, like his how his health got worse and how it got bad, and I don't know, it was really rough. I mean, it happens all the time though. Unfortunately, it is. I think it comes with the field tattoos. mean a lot, and unfortunately, death means a lot to people. So a lot of people get a lot of tattoos about dead people, right?
Yeah. Sorry that happened to
But I
her.
mean,
Yeah.
c'est la vie. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You know, and I know and the other thing too, I'll notice. I know some people have tattoo names and everything, mom and dad, or some kind of loved one they wanted you to make sure. So it's really rough. And one thing I do understand is that we people we don't know how much time we have left on this earth. I just tell people we just gotta live our lives to the fullest. That's all I can say. I can't. I wish I could control things, but I can't control. But I can't. I just can't. But yeah, I've seen that a lot of people do have tattoos of their loved ones on their arm or skin. Something that's gonna
Yeah,
like
no, for sure, for
that's
sure.
something.
Memorial pieces. Most times, I mean, even when it's not say, and I do prefer it this way, but even when it's not say just like a name and dates, most times people get tattoos and like this is for like it's like a picture of something silly or it's like a cartoon or a drawing of something silly, but it's symbolic of somebody's life, something that happened with somebody, a personal story that they shared. Um, I like those a lot better than like names
Yeah.
and like numbers and stuff because like what is a name and a date anyways? You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Um, I like the ones that like mean something. They're symbolic. They remind you of a time spent with that person or something like that. For
Okay.
sure, for sure.
So,
And they can look nicer, and they don't age as terribly, especially because people like going really small with letters. It just does not age well as a tattoo
right. Crap. Now I'm getting emotional again.
because of shitty lettering tattoos. Yeah, no, it's okay. I have some. It happens. It's okay. I'll get them covered up. You know,
You
things
know,
kind of
when I
bleed
spoke,
together.
when I talked to your sister, I got emotional when I heard her story about how
Oh, we need to. I've been busy working this week, so I haven't checked out her. I'm sure she shared some pretty crazy ER stories. Yeah.
I know, but I think
Yeah.
it's good that we get to have these kind of conversations because like I said, we're all still human at the end of the day. So I need to know, sometimes I want to hear the kind of emotional sad story so I can understand. This is just someone who's had a tragedy and they don't know how to, you know, sometimes they know how to recover from it, sometimes they don't. But it's good that I'm talking so I can understand, so I know this is what they had to deal with in their careers.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially with her field. Yeah, no one goes to the emergency room because they're having a good day, right? So she's definitely got trauma out the ass from that. So kudos to her and everything she has been through. Because I don't know if I could. You know, what I mean, she's told me some stories, and I'm sure she hasn't shared the worst ones, right? Because you don't like to share those. But
Yeah,
I'm good. You know, I'm good on all that.
yeah, I can understand. I
Buy too
understand.
much.
So, so when you're not tattooing, how do you recharge creatively or spiritually?
Just weed. No, I'm playing. Spending time with loved ones for sure. Uh, recharging you, right? Obviously rest, but um, time that matters, right? So away from screens, away from distractions, just spending quality time together, and it can be doing the dumbest stuff in the world, but just
Yeah.
time together, right? Like actively
Hmm.
involved.
Yeah, and listen, and trust me when I say this. It's okay to take a break if you're tired. Like you don't want to.
No, I think it's very important to create breaks and to be recharged and to. I don't think the grind set is the way. I don't think it's conducive of a creative spirit. I think it crushes the creative spirit. I think literally sitting at a window and watching like a bee float around outside is like where it's at. You know, it's where you need to be. Is that moment? Is that existence that like where time kind of stands still? Like
Yeah, you don't want to burn yourself out and rush so close to the finish line that you're forgetting like the most important aspect of for us just living.
yeah, no, I think right. I think that's the biggest part of it. I think when you put deadlines and weird things, I don't know, expect like creation in itself, I guess. I don't know, it becomes weird. I don't know. It's
Okay.
like this box. You
Right.
can't create as much inside a box as you can outside of it. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. You know, you don't want to do too much one day. Just stop and then just try again the next day.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. You can't force it. No, for sure. It comes and it goes. You can kind of try and put yourself in an environment that helps conduce it, I guess, but you can't force it. It's got to come naturally for sure. And it will. You just got to be patient with yourself.
Patience is a virtue, as I always say. so, so what's one thing people about you? Well, yeah, what's one thing about you that people might not expect from just looking at your work online?
Mm, that I really want to do realism deep down in my heart because I don't post any, because I don't like it when I do it. But I do deep down want to do it. It's just, I'm scared. So they don't expect that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good. That's a good. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm left-handed. I don't fucking know. I don't know what people expect when they look at my art. I don't know.
No respect. Yeah, I can understand that. If you don't want to do it now, I just thought I might want to throw that out there because sometimes maybe there's something about specific artists that we don't know about, and maybe they just want to share with others. But I do understand, like in your case, if it's like, no, I just don't know, I just don't want to do it because I don't know what the certain outcome is going to be.
No, I don't think my art purveys anything unexpected. I think everything I put out is more so, it's just like, it's generally the direction I like going. I don't think I've like put something else out that like would surprise people. Like, oh, you don't swing that way or whatever. Like, I usually agree with what I put out, so I don't think there'd be anything surprising. Like it's kind of apparent in my work, I feel. I hope.
Okay. Lastly, and so far we had a great conversation. Any advice you'd give to someone who's just getting started with tattooing or feels discouraged?
You need to know your goals, right? Why are you doing it? What's your motive, I guess, not your goals. If you're doing it to just get money, that's like you're probably gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
Um, if you're disappointed about where you're at artistically, nobody started great, right? It's just practice, 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 and then a little bit more practice. If you're disappointed about, I don't know what else you could be. That's the only disappointing things about this industry. I mean, as the okay, as the person in my shoes, right? So there's definitely a lot of disappointing things, but I guess the money's real slow and depending, and you just can't. Comparison is a thief of joy. You can't compare yourself. You shouldn't. You need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. You should be doing it because you like doing it, not because you're seeking something alternatively. Or and if you like doing it, you're gonna be practicing. You're gonna be getting better. So you shouldn't be too harsh on yourself on where you should be or where you're at. Just know you're going to get better. You just keep doing it.
I agree, and that's like the most thing people don't ask themselves. Like, why am I doing all this? Like, what's the point of all this? That's the,
Yeah,
that's
no,
that's
no.
that's the question that people need to ask themselves when they start doing something new. Especially myself, I had to learn that the hard way back then when I was in college. Like, understand why am I just doing this, and then I wasn't focused on what I had to do until when I got close to the end, I realized, okay, now I know what I'm trying to do. pretty much.
Yeah, I think if you don't know why you're doing something, then you shouldn't be doing it. Right?
Yes, make sure. Yeah, people, like I said, tell people, make sure you know why you're doing this. Because once you start and you get disappointed in the middle, I don't know what else to say.
You gotta remind yourself of why you're doing it. I think is that's what I'm saying. You're right. So that's the only thing you'll have. You gotta remind yourself why you're doing it. You can't create different expectations or just don't forget why you started. I guess I trail off a lot and I talk in circles, but I swear there's some linear thought there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's it. We talked for a long time, but anyway, this is Hector. Go check out his work. Make sure you go check out some of the
Thank you.
conventions he's going to be at. Just go take a look, and he'll be at the one in Jacksonville soon, and he'll also be here in Savannah for
Yeah, no,
Villainous Art.
cool.
So make sure you go check out some of his work. All right.
Yep. It is at WillTatForFood on Instagram or WillTatForFood at gmail.com. Check me out. I will be doing Jacksonville, Savannah, Nova, and possibly Puerto Rico this year as far as conventions go. Just check out on Instagram and keep you updated. Thank you for having me on the show or the podcast, I guess.
Sure.
Uh, you got to work out this thing where I can't see you, man. It feels weird talking to like a logo,
I
but
know. I know. I need to work on that part. I'm going to do my research this weekend.
I feel you. Well, I appreciate the invite. Thank you for having me again.
No problem.
And you have a good one, yeah?
You do.
Alrighty. Bye.
Yeah.